get some out of it, and it'll bless you for today. As you can see the title, From Faith to Faith, how to grow in faith. I want to first start off by giving God glory, giving him honor, giving him praise, thanking him for letting me even see or experience his word. When you look at Romans 1:17, it says, "For therein is the righteousness of God, revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith." When we think about faith, it's believing something even when you can't see it. When we make our grocery list, we put things on there, automatically assuming and knowing that item is going to be at the grocery store. When we get in our cars and we see that our gas tank is full and we're trying to make it to a destination, a short distance away, we know that our car is going to get us to that destination. It's the same with our faith. Knowing something even when you haven't got there yet, experienced it yet. Knowing that, we can trust and believe that this thing is going to happen. And if we look at God, we look at God, our Father, our Creator, the one who created the heavens and the earth. He instructs us to live and walk by faith. That is, knowing that whatever you ask him, he can fulfill. I always say, if we just look back a couple days, we can see the answered prayers of God, and how even in your life, if you jot it down, you can see yourself living and the righteousness of God being revealed from faith to faith, from situation to situation. The Lord is continually helping. He's continually comforting, being by your side, healing. You probably had a pain last week that you thought, like, man, what's going on? You probably had a bill and didn't know where you was gonna get the money from, and the money just shows up out of nowhere. Somebody gives you a blessing. You have a sickness and you don't know how you're gonna get well, but you pray. You pray to God, and God comes through every single time. Sometimes it's not in the way or in the time expected, but he does follow through and come through every time. That's how we live from faith to faith. We put our trust in God, knowing that he can provide whatever it is that we're praying for, whatever it is that we're asking for. He is able to provide that. And we've seen it. And all we have to do is take a record and look back at what God has done in our lives. And we can see the progression. We can see that we've lived from faith to faith. And when we jot that stuff down and have a physical visual of the Lord's work in our lives, it's undeniable. It's undeniable. Even if an atheist jotted down times when they didn't know how they were going to get out of a certain situation, be healed or be delivered from a certain thing, and it happened, they can see the power of God as well. No, the Bible tells us that we live, move, and have our being by the Lord God. And if you look at a lot of things, when people go to school and college, You know, they go to get their degrees. They go through all that work, schoolwork, and trouble, and blood, sweat, and tears, sleepless nights, trying to pass tests and all that. They know if they do what they have to do, if they get and score the way that they have to score, that at the end of that journey, they're going to get a reward. They're going to be certified. In graduation, they're going to get many accolades. And it's the same with us. If we do and act and keep ourselves in the will of God, the Bible tells us that the effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. When it says man, it means woman too. It's just saying mankind. But if you're a righteous person and you're in the will of God and the things that you ask for in his will, he's going to deliver. He will deliver. And I'm a living witness, and I'm sure you are too. I would love to hear some testimonies in the comments about times where God has brought you out of something that you thought you would never get out of. Situations, I'm sure it's many that people can talk about. You know, Kamalia, how are you? Good morning. Working on that video. Almost done. So hopefully by the end of the week I'll have it, Lord willing. It should be good. But God has been so good to us. We have to start believing things even when we can't see it. Believe it even though you can't even see it. Because I just say because God is real. And God can do whatever it is that he wants to do. And if he is our provider, and this thing that we ask for and that we need, he's going to give it to us. He said it in his word, like, you know, us having earthly fathers, you know how they want to treat us right and get the things that we want, and the things that we need. You know, a good father here on earth. He was like, what do you think I'm going to do for you if your earthly father wants the best for you? You know, God definitely wants the best for you. He said, what son, if he asks for an egg, his father gives him a scorpion? That's not going to happen. The Lord is ready. He wants us. And he wants the best for us. So he's going to do that. Those things that are in his will. So start asking for things in faith, knowing that God can do it. I don't care what it is. If it's a sickness, if it's a situation in your life where you just need a place to stay, you need food for next week, you need anything that's in his will. You need more money. You want to help more people. See yourself doing it already. Know that God can have you doing that thing next week. Have faith, have that joy already, have the peace already. Like, Lord, I trust you. I believe I'm going to be doing this thing. You know, knowing that it's in his will. So, that's the video for today. Hopefully you got some out of it. Have faith. And the way to see it, a practical way to see God working, is jot down. Even right now, jot down things that you've been through just last year that you thought you wouldn't get out of. Look how God moves you from faith to faith. Let that increase your faith every time you see those things that you've written down. And it'll help you. It'll help you to see that God is with you. He's working with you. Just think about that. The God of the universe sees you. He's looking down. Well, he's everywhere. He's not looking down. He's everywhere. He notices you. He's hearing you. And he wants to help you. Understand that. Be encouraged. brothers and sisters. I love you. Peace.